Welcome to week 3 of Laugh Kingz NFL picks and best bet. All right, let's get into our records for week 2. And Jace, this time you were in third place, but still respectable. You finished 7-9 in week 2, which brings your total record to 16, 14, and 2. Where you're lacking though is your best bets.
I can't hit none of those, man. Oh.
you're 0-2 on the best bets. I
got a plan for this week. I guaranteed it.
Well, I finished second last week, so finally I'm trying to climb out of the gutter there. I finished last week at 9-7, which brings my total to 14, 16, and 2. But my best bets are 2-0, so those are locks. I'm guaranteeing with the 2-0. But in first place again after week 2 is JR, and he finished at 10-6, which brings his total record to 21, 9, and 2, and best bets 101. So pretty good, pretty respectable. So yeah, all of our records not too bad, you know. I think I'm holding us back a little. I want to get to 500, but we're doing pretty good. You know, you'd be making some money if you follow some of these picks. So I guess we'll hop into our week 3 games. We start this Thursday with the New England Patriots at the New York Jets. And the New York Jets are favored by 6.5 at home. I took the New England Patriots to cover that spread.
Yeah, I did the same as Uncle Sammy. I don't think the Jets are up there yet. Patriots been looking decent, so I think they will cover that spread.
All right. Well, actually, I got the Jets at -6.5, and I think they got something to say about the Jets. They got a lot to prove. This may be Aaron Rodgers' last kick of the can this season, or who knows, right? So I do think they have a lot to prove, and a lot of people will be watching. So I think they got this at -6.5.
All right. Well, this is our disclaimer game. We'll just jump into our disclaimer as Titans fans. Take this Titans picks with a grain of salt. It's Green Bay Packers at the Tennessee Titans, the Malik Willis versus Will Levis game. Titans are at home and they're favored by 3, so the Titans are actually favored this week by 3. That's interesting. You know what I'm gonna say. Give me the Titans at home -3. So take it with a grain of salt.
Titans disappointed me with my best bet last week, so I'm a little hesitant, but I gotta run one more week. Let's see what they do.
All right, and I also got the Titans as well at -3, and I don't know. I have a strong feeling that Will Levis is finally going to catch his bearings. He's made some very questionable and costly plays, but I do think now that he's gotten 2 games under his belt for the season and facing a former teammate as well, I think this will ignite some fire in him, and hopefully we're looking for a Titans win.
All right. Now that we got the Titans game out the way, let's go to the next one. We got the Denver Broncos at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So in Tampa Bay, the Bucs are favored by -6.5. Give me the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to cover the 6.5.
Totally agree with that. Going with the Bucs. They seem really good this year, man. Can't go wrong with them.
And I'm going with the Bucs as well at -6.5.
All right, we're all in the Bucs. All right, moves us over to the Houston Texans at the Minnesota Vikings. I know there was a quad injury there for Justin Jefferson, so the early spread is out with Houston Texans favored at -2.5. We're gonna be picking on the early spread. We don't know what the line moves to, but I'll go with the Texans to cover on the road. They should cover the 2.5.
I think I'm taking Vikings on this one, Uncle Sam.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm thinking Vikings.
All right, and well, I'm actually going to go Vikings as well. I think it's going to be a good game, but I got the Vikings as well.
All right. Let's go to the next one. We got the Los Angeles Chargers at the Pittsburgh Steelers, with the Steelers favored -2. I've been riding the Chargers as my best bet every week. So this week, I'm not going to stop. I'm going to take the Chargers at +2 on the road.
Oh man, you're going against. I'm going with Steelers, man. We got a funny story later. I'll come back to this one, but I'm going with the Steelers, with Justin Fields.
All right, and I also got the Steelers as well at -2.
Perfect. All right. Interesting game here. We got the Philadelphia Eagles at the New Orleans Saints. And Saints are home, and they're favored -2.5. The Saints have been on fire. Derek Carr just seems to be bombing the ball deep, and Alvin Kamara, like, he's going off right now. So give me the Saints at home -2.5.
Yeah, man. For those reasons too, I'm going with the Saints.
And same here. It's hard to bet against the Saints. They destroyed, what was it, last week? They destroyed the Cowboys. I mean, it's kind of hard to go against that. So I got the Saints as well.
All right, we're all on the Saints. The next one we got on here is the New York Giants at the Cleveland Browns. So the Giants are crazy. They had 3 touchdowns against the Washington Commanders. The Commanders had 0 touchdowns, and somehow the Commanders won. That's crazy. So I don't think anything changes for the New York Giants. Browns are favored -6 at Cleveland. Give me the Browns -6.
Yeah, Browns at home. I got the Browns.
Same here. Browns -6.
Represent. All right.
All right, that moves us over to the Chicago Bears versus the Indianapolis Colts. The Colts are at home, and they're favored -1.5. You know what? I think Chicago beats them, and I think they'll cover they have +1.5 because Colts are favored. So they'll cover the spread, and I think they'll beat them.
Oh, I got Colts at home, man, all the way. So I'm taking Colts for the spread.
All right, I actually got the Bears at +1.5.
Yeah. All right. Next game, man. This one's going to be tough. It's the Miami Dolphins at the Seattle Seahawks. Seattle is home at -5. So we don't know what the Dolphins are going to look like. No Tua. Tua went on injured reserve, so we know he's not going to be there for the next 4 games, which is probably a good thing to rest after that concussion. And I think they're going Skylar Thompson at quarterback, although they did sign Tyler Huntley off of the Baltimore Ravens practice squad. I'm going to put my faith in the Miami Dolphins to cover on the road, to cover that 5 points.
Yeah, man, I was thinking about this, and I figured it's a different game plan. The other team doesn't have a chance to prep. Like, who knows what's going to happen? It could be one of those situations where, like, Skylar comes out there and just plays amazing, right? So I'm going to take that chance and go with the Dolphins.
All right, I also got the Dolphins at +5. I do think that they are going to try and find a way to regroup and play the next however many games without Tua. So I think they're going to come out on top here.
Damn, no one has Seattle at home.
No.
That's crazy, man.
I know it is.
And it's a hard place to play in Seattle with that crowd noise. It's crazy. It's hard to play there. Next game we got the Carolina Panthers at the Las Vegas Raiders. Carolina is a mess. Complete mess. They've benched Bryce Young, the first overall pick from a few years ago. Now it's Andy Dalton time in Carolina. He gave up all those picks. He gave up all those things to the Bears to play Andy Dalton. They're at Las Vegas with the Raiders favored at 5.5. This game seemed like a trap game to me because Carolina's switching quarterbacks. They're gonna come out and try to show that, but I still think they suck. So I end up going Las Vegas to cover the 5.5.
Oh man, I'm thinking along the lines of your beginning statements. So I took Carolina because of that. Because of the change. They can't suck that bad. Come on. Against the Raiders. I'm hoping they can cover the spread and make it a close game. So I'm taking Carolina.
All right. I actually got the Panthers as well at plus 5.5. And reason being is, well, the Bengals legend, Andy Dalton. I think this is going to be a turning point for the Panthers. I think it's ugly, but it could only be ugly for so long. And I think this change is kind of going to ignite a fire in them. And I think this is going to be a turning point for them.
All right. We got the next one. We got Baltimore Ravens at the Dallas Cowboys. Interesting. Baltimore is favored by 1 on the road. Baltimore's 0-2 to start. Everyone was Lamar Jackson, Derrick Henry. Lamar Jackson, Derrick Henry. Well, you're 0-2. Grass isn't greener on the other side, King Henry. We're also 0-2 in Tennessee. No hate.
It's probably better there.
No hate. All love the King Henry. But I'm actually going with the Dallas Cowboys at home. +1. I'll take the Cowboys.
No, man. I think Ravens are gonna have to. They're gonna have to win, man. They're too of a good team to go 0-3 in the season. They're gonna have to take this one and play a little bit more coordinated. So I got them.
All right, I actually got the Cowboys at +1. I think they got, based off of last week, they got to turn it around, and so I think they got this one.
All right. Now we're heading to the San Francisco 49ers at the LA Rams. San Francisco is favored big on the road. They're favored -7 against the LA Rams. LA is hurt. There's no Cooper Kupp, no Puka Nacua. Their wide receivers they're all down. So, and also San Francisco just laid an egg. I didn't think they would have such a bad week. But that being said, I'm going San Francisco 49ers to cover -7 on the road.
Yeah, I got the same thing. I think 49ers are a really good team.
Same here, 49ers.
All on the 49ers. And the next game we go Detroit Lions at the Arizona Cardinals, with Detroit favored -3 on the road. I actually take an Arizona Cardinals. I something about the Cardinals I believe in. I'm not a big fan of Kyler Murray, but I think him and Marvin Harrison Jr. have something. So I'm going to take Arizona Cardinals +3 on the road.
Taking Detroit, man. Detroit at home. I think -3 is, -3 is more than enough to win the game.
And I actually got the Cardinals at +3.
All right. Sunday night game. It's the Kansas City Chiefs at the Atlanta Falcons, with the Kansas City Chiefs on the road, favored at -3.5. I know we got Isaiah Pacheco down. I think he fractured the fibula, so we'll have a new running back there. Doesn't matter. I still have the Kansas City Chiefs -3.5.
Yeah, man. Kansas is definitely going to win this more than 3.5.
I actually got the Falcons at +3.5. Look, Kansas City, they're playing really, really good, but I think it's going to be, I don't know. I feel this is going to be an upset for them. So, yeah.
Hey, the Falcons did pull it out against the Eagles, so.
Yep.
You never know. All right, we got 2 Monday night games for week 3. So we got the Jacksonville Jaguars at the Buffalo Bills. The Buffalo Bills are favored -5.5. It's hard to play in Buffalo. I'm a Titans fan, so F the Jaguars. So I'm gonna take Buffalo -5.5 to cover at home.
I'm taking Buffalo. I think like with Diggs out, you see Allen playing a lot more free. I don't know what it is. Man's like picking his spots, making the right plays. I think this is their year. But anyways, taking Buffalo at home.
I got same as well. Buffalo at -5.5.
We're all on the Bills. And the last game of the week on the Monday night is also Washington Commanders at the Cincinnati Bengals. So Cincinnati at home is favored 7.5. They're also 0-2. But I feel they're close. So I think the Bengals cover 7.5 at home.
Going Washington on this one. Changing it up.
Well, I'm going same as well. I got the Commanders at +7.5.
Interesting. All right, that takes us to our best bets for this week. So for me, I ended up going to the Sunday night game where the Kansas City Chiefs take on the Atlanta Falcons, and I actually took Kansas City Chiefs to cover -3.5 as my best bet of the week.
All right, I see what you're doing. All right, I'm going with the Steelers. I think the funny thing to come back to this, Justin Fields is pretty much their QB right now, proving that his value. There was that question. But Mike Tomlin, the funny thing, Russell Wilson didn't play, but they won the last game against his former team, and he gave him the winning ball. It was strange because he didn't play in the game. It was kind of a slap in the face to Russell Wilson. He won the game without you against your former team. So anyway,
the game ball.
The game ball. But yeah, I'm going with the Steelers.
All right, and my best bet for this week will be the Cowboys at +1. Last week, they got embarrassed by the Saints. I think some of the contract talks with Dak re-signing has kind of cooled down. So I think they have a lot to prove now. It's going to be loud. It's going to be rowdy at the Cowboys Stadium, and I think it's going to be a good game. So I think they're going to come out on top, and they got a lot to prove because obviously money talks. But if Dak doesn't live up to his expectations, then obviously that rowdy fan base is going to be obviously against him. So I think it's going to be a good game for the Cowboys. So I got them at +1 for my best bet of the week.
All right. All the best on our week 3 selections. Turn it over to you, Jay, to sign off.
Yeah, that was week 3. So remember, folks, you can find us at the Laugh Kingz with a Z or a Z on our socials, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. For the audio heads on the Apple Podcast, Castbox, Spotify, we're everywhere. Amazon Music. Search the Laugh Kingz with a Z again. And for anything and everything about us, direct.me/Laugh Kingz. Check us out, folks. Week 3. We're going to take this one.